Hey guys, it's Robert Libbey, registered massage therapist and instructor of Ligaments articular strain technique. Coming to you this week, just a quick video to have 2 points really. One point is I deal with this in a newsletter, a mail-out newsletter that you guys can all sign up for, and one of the topics that I talk about is, in order to develop a successful practice, one of the tactics or one of the strategies is to actually stay in place for a long enough period of time so that your returning patients can actually find you later down the road, years down the road in some cases, so that they can find you when they need treatment again. We really want to help them. We want to treat them as effectively as possible so that they can return to their quality of life, playing with their kids, playing outside, being able to work, put food on the table, increase their quality of life. And then we want them to go away, go and live their life. But when they have an unforeseeable event like a fall or a fracture or motor vehicle accident, it's great that they can actually find you and elicit your services again, or hire you for, or come and see you for your services again, so that you can help them out. And this was the case today for me. I used to practice in one location a few blocks away, and then in 2008 we moved here, where we sort of incorporated our services with physios and naturopaths and chiropractors. It's an amazing location and staff and team to work with. And I treated a husband and wife at my old location through the 90s and up until around 2003, when finally they felt better. They went on with their lives and they got back to their normal routines. But then in 2008, we moved our practice here. Well, around the end of 2008, 2009, they required our services, massage therapy services, once again. But then when they went looking for me, they couldn't find me. I'm in the same town and I had a website and everything, but for some reason they just couldn't find me until today. Now this is May of 2016, so it's been 8 years that they've been searching and looking, and they've tried a number of other therapists. They just didn't get the results they were looking for, so they were ecstatic that they were able to find me here in this location. So really stay in one location, at least in the same town, and, incorporate some better advertising than what we had. We actually had a website up and running, so I don't understand what the problem was. But anyways, it was great to reconnect with that husband and wife, and that they were able to help. One other issue that I want to deal with is how to incorporate the most current evidence-informed research into your practice, and how this can benefit your practice, and how you can benefit from this, and your patients can benefit from this by informing them of the current evidence-based research. Now, I have to go teach a postural correction technique course in about 3 weeks. And what I did is I took a look to see the last time I taught this course, which was 2 years ago. Well, when reviewing the curriculum and the evidence that I was presenting in that course, I quickly realized that a lot of it had been disproven. Some of it's been disproven, but there's a lot of conflicting evidence towards, for example, text neck, and people that are holding their posture for specific times, looking down, texting, playing games, sitting at a computer, workplace posture at desks and things like that. And there's a lot of research that has shown that people that have head forward posture complain of neck pain, shoulder pain, mid back pain, things like that. But then there's a lot of research that shows that when you try and reproduce those results, you don't get it. So there's a lot of evidence that's out there now that shows that text neck, it doesn't really correlate with a lot of pain, with increased arthritis and degenerative changes, things like that. So I went looking, obviously, to look at the research to incorporate into my postural correction technique course, because you have to keep up with today's current understanding for pain mechanisms, neuromatrix of pain, the biopsychosocial aspect of pain, and so on and so forth. And I need to incorporate that into the curriculum. So in looking at all this, it's been a very educational experience and it's also been a very confusing experience because I have research that shows that people who have postures that are forward flexed and necks that are hyperlordotic, or they're hyperkyphotic and they're developing a straight spine scenario, they do have pain. But then there's other research that shows that it's not correlated. So I'm kind of stuck. I don't know really which direction to sort of be biased towards. But what was interesting is that I'm just looking at a 2009 paper that researched the psychophysiological patterns during cell phone text messaging, a preliminary study in the Applied Psychosocial Biofeedback journal. Now, what was really interesting about this is that they looked at students familiar with texting, and even though they showed that they didn't really have a certain amount of pain or tension or whatever, well, actually that's not true, a certain amount of pain, what they did realize, what the study did show, was that 83% reported hand and neck pain during texting, but that they also indicated that all subjects showed significant increases in respiration rate, heart rate, and shoulder and thumb SEMGs. So they were holding their breath and they were experiencing sympathetic arousal when they were receiving a text message. Now, we also know that when people play cell phone games or video games, such as Angry Birds or what's it? Everybody plays Candy Crush, something like that. I don't know. I don't play these games. I have a BlackBerry. They don't run on Blackberries. We know that they get a sympathetic nervous system arousal. So, leading back to my husband and wife that have been searching for 8 years to try and find me to come in for treatment, his main complaint today was he'd been suffering for the last 3 years of daily migraine headaches. But he also had the habit of playing Candy Crush and other games on his cell phone. So he actually saw his medical doctor, he saw a neurologist, and the neurologist was going to put him on pharmaceuticals in order to treat his headaches. But when you look at this, it shows that it's not the posture that actually is the problem here. It's actually the stimulation and the sympathetic arousal from playing the game. Now, what was really interesting also was that there is in a Medscape web post, there's a post on migraines and chronic sympathetic nervous system disorders, where they show a direct correlation between migraines and sympathetic nervous system hyperstimulation. So it's just one of those things where it's really important to be continually improving yourself, reading research, and reassessing and readdressing your biases, your beliefs, things that you were told, myths and trends that you were educated on when you went through school, because a lot of this information is changing almost on a weekly basis. The amount of change and the speed and the rate that information is communicated these days with social media is just absolutely unbelievable, and it's made a huge improvement and a huge effect on my career and my practice, and for being able to educate my patients. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are seeing this video anywhere else other than my blog, please head over to lastsight.ca, leave me some comments, ask me some questions, any subject matter that you'd like to hear about, please send me an email, you can send me a comment also through the site. But stay in place, educate yourself daily with evidence-informed research in your area of interest for your practice, and I will see you guys out there. Bye guys, have a good week.